You ever notice how weird it is that we all hate everyone, but at the same time, we still want everyone to like us? It's like this built-in glitch in being human. You walk around thinking, God, people are awful, but the second someone doesn't text you back, you're like, wait, what did I do wrong? It's the emotional version of punching someone in the face and then asking them to hug you. That's the level of confusion we're living in. We spend our whole lives pretending we're better than the rest of humanity. We tell ourselves, I'm not like those idiots. I'm reasonable, I'm decent, I recycle. But then we get in traffic, and in 3 seconds, we turn into the devil himself. You'll be sitting there, calm, playing music, sipping your coffee, and someone cuts you off. Suddenly, you're screaming things that would make Satan take notes. And then, right after, you feel bad, like, oh no, I hope they didn't see me. I'm usually so nice. It's a constant tug of war between your disgust for people and your need to seem like a good one. It's this twisted paradox. We think we're surrounded by idiots, but somehow, we also desperately want their approval. We can't stand how people act, yet we crave the little nod that says, you're okay. We tell ourselves, I don't care what people think, but we say it in front of people so they can think, wow, he really doesn't care what people think. That's how broken we are. We're insecure even about not being insecure. Every day you leave your house, and there's this tiny voice in your head going, please don't let anyone notice how weird I am. You go to the store, you bump into someone, and instantly you apologize like it's your fault for existing. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for being a person in a space where other people are also being people. You could be in a wide open aisle, and two carts just find each other like magnets of social awkwardness. You both do. That little dance, left, right, and you're both smiling, dying inside, thinking, please just move, I can't take this anymore. But when it's finally over, you still say, have a nice day. Like, that makes it normal. And that's us. We hate how dumb everyone is, but we also want to be their favorite dumb person. We look at people and go, I can't stand them. But if they laugh at our joke, we melt. Oh my God, they get me. No, they don't get you. They just think you're slightly less awful than the others. That's all we're chasing, to be the least hated in a world of hate. We all have this fantasy that we're different. We say, I'm not like everyone else. Yeah, you are. You also pretend not to care while refreshing your messages like a stock chart. You also judge everyone's parenting, music, and life choices, while secretly hoping they think yours are brilliant. You're human, which means you're a walking contradiction with a phone plan. Even when we're alone, we're pretending. Have you ever noticed that? You're sitting by yourself, but you're still performing. You're walking down the street, you trip a little, and immediately you look around like, did anyone see that? You can't even fall privately anymore. You need confirmation that your humiliation was witnessed, because apparently pain doesn't count unless someone else saw it. We hate people, but we can't stand the thought of not being seen by them. And it's not even logical hate, it's petty. We hate people for existing slightly differently than we do. Someone walks too slow, we hate them. Someone walks too fast, we hate them. Someone says moist, we hate them. We build a moral system out of nonsense. Oh, he wears sunglasses indoors, disgusting. Like somehow that defines their soul. But deep down, if that same person complimented your shoes, you'd instantly forgive everything. You know, he's not that bad, actually. Our morals are just feelings with better marketing. It's the same in conversations. You'll meet someone and within 10 seconds, you've decided they're annoying. But then they mention something you like. Oh, I love that show too. And suddenly you're best friends. Our hate is so flexible. We act like we have principles, but really, we're just waiting for someone to like the same Netflix series as us. Then we go home and think, maybe people aren't that bad after all. Until tomorrow, when someone breathes too loud again. We hate people because they remind us of ourselves. That's the truth no one admits. The stuff we can't stand in others, their neediness, their arrogance, their drama, it's all in us too. We're just mad they're not hiding it as well as we are. You see someone oversharing online and think, what a loser. Meanwhile, you've written entire essays in your head about your own problems. You're just too scared to post them. So you hate the mirror that talks too loud. Even our acts of kindness are infected with this contradiction. We do nice things, but we want credit. We help someone, but we secretly hope they mention it later. Oh, thank you so much. you're such a good person. That's all we want, moral applause. We want to look generous, not actually be it. Because if nobody saw it, it almost doesn't count. We're not doing good for the world, we're auditioning for heaven with an audience. And what's funny is, even when we try to isolate ourselves to avoid the chaos of people, we end up missing them. We think, I just want peace, no one around me. Then 5 hours later, we're scrolling through our phone, like, why hasn't anyone texted? Did everyone forget I exist? We can't even enjoy solitude without turning it into another competition for attention. We want to be alone but adored, independent but admired, antisocial but celebrated. We're emotional. Paradox is wearing deodorant and pretending to be sane. It's exhausting, but it's also kind of funny, because deep down we know it'll never change. We'll always be like this. The world could end tomorrow, and someone would still be posting, anyone else feeling anxious today? We could all be living in bunkers and still trying to make sure our bunkmates think we're chill. We want validation even at the end of the world. That's how bad it is. So maybe the point isn't to fix it. Maybe the point is to notice how ridiculous it is. Maybe the best thing we can do is admit that, yeah, we hate everyone a little, but not enough to stop wanting them to like us. We're just bundles of insecurity wearing pants, pretending to have opinions. We walk around thinking, I'm so done with people, while secretly hoping someone says, hey, I like your energy. That's the madness of being human. We're all craving love from the same crowd we can't stand. It's tragic, hilarious at the same time. But maybe that's what makes it bearable, knowing we're all stuck in the same stupid loop together. We hate each other, we need each other, and no matter how much we pretend we're above it, the truth is we're all just dying to be liked by the very people we can't stand. You ever notice how everyone's nice now? Like, too nice. Painfully nice. Everyone's walking around pretending to be a ball of empathy, wrapped in lavender-scented compassion, while inside, they're filled with the kind of rage that could fuel a rocket. That's modern humanity, sugar-coated fury. We're polite on the outside, but if someone sneezes wrong, we're ready to throw them off a bridge. We've turned niceness into a full-time performance. It's not real anymore, it's customer service level nice. You know that robotic tone people use? Hi, how are you? That's so great. But you can feel it behind that fake smile. There's an inner voice screaming, I hope your Wi-Fi goes out forever. We've built a culture where the goal isn't to be kind, it's to appear kind. And that's the problem. People don't want to be good. They just want to look good while being awful. You see it everywhere. Someone cuts you in line and you're boiling inside, but you don't say anything because you're a decent person. You just smile, let it go, and spend the next 3 days replaying it in your head like a crime documentary. You'll be brushing your teeth thinking, I should have said something. I should have told that guy to go to hell. But you didn't, because you didn't want to cause a scene. We're all trained actors in the theater of restraint, dying to scream, I hate you, while politely whispering, no worries. And we all justify it by saying, it's better to be nice. But really, it's not niceness, it's fear. We're terrified of being seen as rude. We could be on fire, still say, I'm fine, thanks. Someone could step on your foot, spill coffee on you, and you'll still say, it's okay. No, it's not okay. You're in pain, your shoe smells like caramel latte, and this person just ruined your morning. But you smile anyway, because that's what society demands, permanent politeness, no matter how much you're suffering. And the thing is, everyone's doing it. Everyone's pretending. Social niceness is like emotional air freshener. It doesn't clean anything, it just hides the stink. You'll be at work and someone says, hey, we should all hang out sometime. And everyone smiles like they mean it. But the second they walk away, everyone's like, God, I hope that never happens. We lie constantly just to avoid conflict, even when the conflict is just saying what we actually think. There's this unwritten rule now that honesty equals hostility. You can't say anything real without someone thinking you're a monster. If you say, I don't like this song, someone gasps like you just kicked a puppy. So now we just lie. Oh, I love it. We've turned fake compliments into a form of currency. The more insincere flattery you give, the more kind people think you are. You can be the worst human alive, but if you sprinkle enough love that for you and so proud of you around, you'll look like a saint. We've lost the ability to be genuine. Everyone's trying so hard to be nice that nobody's being real. You meet someone and the whole conversation is two people pretending not to hate each other. Oh my God, you look amazing. No, they don't, but that's the code. That's the script. And if you break it, If you say, actually, you look tired, you're suddenly a villain. We've built a world where the truth is rude and fake is friendly, and it's worse online. The internet is the capital of fake niceness. People write things like, sending love and light to someone they secretly hope fails miserably. You'll see posts like, we should lift each other up, from people who would step on your throat for attention. It's all performance. Everyone's trying to out-kind each other in public while plotting emotional assassinations in private. It's the world's biggest group hug with knives. Even apologies have become performances. I'm sorry if you were offended. That's not an apology. That's a way of saying, I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm nice enough to make it your fault. It's emotional manipulation disguised as empathy. We don't actually say sorry to mean it. We say it to keep the peace, to maintain the illusion that we're decent. Because God forbid someone thinks we're mean, that's the worst label now. You can be lazy, selfish, even dishonest, but if someone calls you mean, your social life is over. The truth is, we all have mean thoughts. Every single one of us. The difference is some people admit it and some people smile through it. You'll be at a family dinner, nodding politely while someone tells a boring story, and in your head, you're like, please stop talking, I could die right now. But on your face, pure warmth. Wow, that's so interesting. We're all hypocrites of politeness, and I think that's what makes life exhausting, the constant pretending. You can't just exist, you have to be pleasant. You can't just be tired, you have to be grateful. You can't just dislike someone, you have to say, they're nice, just not my vibe. Everything's wrapped in soft language now. We don't even insult people directly anymore. Instead of calling someone dumb, we say, they have such a unique perspective. Instead of saying they're annoying, we say, they're a lot of energy. We're turning emotional dishonesty into an art form. And what's really ironic is that all this fake niceness makes people worse. Nobody learns anything. Nobody grows. Because real kindness, actual kindness, comes from honesty. But we don't want honesty anymore. We want comfort. We want smiles and emojis and words that sound sweet but mean nothing. It's why people don't trust each other anymore. Because we all know deep down none of this is real. We don't want to be good. We want to be seen as good. There's a difference. Being good means doing what's right even when nobody's watching. Being seen as good means doing just enough for someone to post about it. That's why people film themselves giving money to homeless people, because if nobody records it, what's the point, right? It's not charity, it's PR. We've turned morality into marketing. You ever notice that? People don't even say thank you anymore. They say, oh, you're the best. It's not gratitude, it's performance. It's like we're all auditioning for the role of Nice Human Hash 3 in a movie no one's watching. The smiles are forced, the compliments rehearsed, and the whole time, everyone's thinking, I can't stand these people. We act like we care about others, but only as long as it doesn't inconvenience us. Someone needs a favor? Sure, if it fits into our schedule. Someone needs to vent? Fine, as long as they don't do it too often. We love people in moderation enough to look kind, not enough to actually be kind. We want the points without doing the work. And the crazy part is, even when we know it's fake, we still play along. Because what's the alternative? To be honest? To say what we really think? Society can't handle that? If everyone suddenly started telling the truth, the whole world would collapse. Imagine walking into work and telling your boss exactly what you think of him. Or telling your friend that you actually hate their new haircut. Civilization would crumble in a week. We're hanging by a thread made of politeness and lies. But maybe that's just who we are now, polite monsters. We smile, we compliment, we post, and underneath it all, we're just tired of each other. We keep up the act because it's easier than being real. We don't actually want connection, we want comfort. We don't want truth, we want validation. And as long as we keep mistaking fake niceness for kindness, we'll keep living in this weird, polite apocalypse where everyone's smiling through gritted teeth, hoping someone, somewhere, still likes them. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're doing, trying to survive each other without admitting how much we can't stand each other. You know what's crazy? We all say we hate social media, but none of us can stop using it. We talk about how toxic it is, how fake it feels, how it's ruining our attention spans, but then we wake up and check it before brushing our teeth. It's like being in a bad relationship where you know they're no good for you. But they text you, hey, at 2 a.m., and suddenly you're like, maybe they've changed. Social media has turned into this emotional slot machine. Every like, every comment, every heart, it's not even communication anymore. It's currency. It's how we measure our worth now, one digital pat on the head at a time. And it's funny because everyone acts like they're above it. Oh, I don't care about likes. Yeah, okay. That's why you deleted your post when it didn't hit 10 likes in an hour. That's why you accidentally reposted your story after it expired because it didn't get enough views the first time. We've all done it. We treat attention like oxygen now. The more likes we get, the deeper we breathe. The fewer we get, the more we spiral. It's not I feel unseen. It's why didn't Karen from high school like my vacation photo? That's where we are as a species. And it's not even about connection anymore. Social. Media is the world's biggest talent show where everyone's pretending not to be performing. Just being me. No, you're not. You took 47 selfies to get that one authentic one. You added filters, edited the lighting, tilted your chin just right. You're not being real, you're being curated. And the rest of us are scrolling through, comparing our bloated morning faces to your best 5 seconds of sunlight and pretending we're fine. We used to live for experiences. Now we live for documentation. You can't even enjoy a meal anymore without turning it into content. You go out with friends, the food arrives, and everyone's like, wait, don't touch it yet! Because God forbid anyone eats a warm meal. We've built an entire society where the first bite of food belongs to the camera, not your mouth. We don't taste food anymore. We collect it for our digital museum of, look how interesting my life is. And here's the best part, nobody cares. Nobody actually cares about your lunch, your trip, your morning walk, or your gym mirror photo. But we all post anyway, like we're all in this collective delusion where we pretend to care about each other's highlight reels. We scroll, we tap, we double tap, and then we move on. Because deep down, we're all starring in our own show. Everyone else is just background extras. But even when we know that, we still chase it. We still crave it. You post something, and suddenly, you're watching the numbers like it's a stock market. Refresh, refresh, refresh. It's not even about who liked it anymore. It's about how many. 100 likes? You're lovable. 20? Maybe you should rethink your personality. It's ridiculous, but that's how we live now. Validation used to come from actual people saying nice things to your face. Now it comes from a heart-shaped button pressed by someone you wouldn't even recognize in real life. The saddest part is how lonely it all is. We've never been more connected, and yet somehow everyone feels more isolated. You've got hundreds of followers, thousands even, and still no one to actually talk to when life falls apart. You can post a crying selfie and get sending love comments, but try calling one of those people at 2 a.m. and suddenly everyone's, so sorry, just saw this. It's fake comfort for real loneliness. And we're addicted to it. We don't talk to people anymore, we perform for them. You're not saying, I had a great day. You're saying, look at me having a great day. You're not laughing with friends, you're posing like you're laughing with friends. It's all theater now. Even our sadness is curated. Feeling lost lately, with perfect lighting and a quote about growth in the caption. We've learned how to make pain photogenic. And the irony is, the more we post, the more we hate ourselves. Because no matter what you share, someone's sharing something better. You post your new car, someone's got a mansion. You post your dinner, someone's eating on a yacht. You post a relationship picture, and someone's proposing in Paris. So now, instead of feeling proud of your life, you're stuck in this endless comparison game that you never agreed to play but can't stop playing anyway. And we act like it's fine. It's just fun. It's how I stay in touch. No, it's not. It's how you stay addicted. It's how you avoid silence. We don't even know how to be bored anymore. We can't sit in line, can't wait for a bus, can't even sit on the toilet without scrolling. You could be having the most human experience possible, and still, you'll be like, let me check my notifications. We've turned boredom into something we fear, like silence is some kind of punishment. The weirdest part is how it's rewired our brains. We don't want real feedback anymore. We want instant feedback. We want that hit of approval right now. Before social media, you had to earn people's respect. You had to actually do something, learn a skill, build something, achieve something. Now all you need is a phone and a ring light. You can go viral for eating chips in slow motion. You can become famous for existing loudly, and everyone else just sits there, wondering why their ordinary lives don't get the same applause. We've created this world where value equals visibility. If people see you, you matter. If they don't, you disappear. That's the real horror of it. We used to fear death, now we fear invisibility. That's why people post constantly, just to prove they're still here. Look, I'm alive, I'm happy, I matter. Even if they're not, they'll fake it. Because the worst thing isn't being sad anymore, it's being ignored. And the saddest, funniest thing, nobody's actually looking. Everyone's too busy doing the same thing. You're posting for people who are too busy posting for other people who are too busy posting for you. It's this endless cycle of nobody actually paying attention. We're all screaming into the same digital void, hoping someone hears us, while everyone else is shouting too loud to listen. And it's not like we're gonna quit. We won't. We say we will every few months. I'm taking a break from social media to focus on myself. Then 2 days later, they're back with, so grateful for the love and messages during my time away. What messages? No one noticed. But we need to make it look like we were missed, because even our absence has to be validated. It's all an illusion of connection. We follow strangers' lives like they're TV shows, and we know everything about them, where they go, what they eat, what they wear, but if they died tomorrow, it wouldn't change our day. We don't connect with people anymore, we consume them. We scroll past their highs and lows like flipping channels, and we call it empathy because we double-tapped. It's tragic, but it's also who we've become. We've traded authenticity for attention, conversation for comments, and meaning for metrics. We don't talk about moments anymore, we talk about engagement. Life isn't about what happened, it's about how it looked. And maybe that's why we all feel so empty, even when we look so full. Because deep down, we know none of it's real. The likes don't mean love, the followers don't mean friends, the hearts don't mean understanding. They're just noise, pretty addictive noise. But we keep scrolling anyway, because the silence scares us more than the lie. And that's the sad, hilarious truth. We hate everyone on there, we roll our eyes at everything we see, but we still want them all to like us anyway. You ever wake up and realize most of your day is just tiny little moments of rage spread out like landmines? It's insane how angry we all are, all the time, about absolutely nothing. It's not the big stuff that breaks us anymore. It's the small, stupid, daily nonsense. You'll start the morning fine, calm, sipping coffee, and then someone microwaves fish at work, and suddenly you're questioning humanity's right to exist. That's modern life. It's not war and famine making us miserable, it's slow Wi-Fi and loud chewers. We like to think we're civilized, but deep down, we're all one inconvenience away from becoming a wild animal. It's like we've been holding it together just enough to function, and the second something stupid happens, like your key won't fit in the door, you completely lose it. You start talking to objects, swearing at them, threatening them like they understand English. Oh really? You're gonna do this to me now? You're there arguing with a doorknob like it's a person? That's where we're at as a species, emotionally broken by door hardware. And it's everywhere. Traffic brings out the absolute worst version of everyone. People you know as kind, loving humans turn into creatures of rage behind a steering wheel. You'll see someone waving their middle finger, screaming through the windshield like they're in a gladiator match, and then they pull up next to you at the light with a bumper sticker that says, "Be kind." It's like, no, Greg, be consistent. Even walking down the street is a test of patience now. Someone walking too slow in front of you can ruin your entire morning. You start fantasizing about pushing them into another dimension. And you know it's irrational, they're just existing, but you can't help it. We've been trained for speed, convenience, efficiency. The moment something gets in the way, it feels personal. Like, why is this person here? Don't they know I'm the main character? And don't even get me started on customer service. That's where you meet the final boss of everyday rage. You call about a problem, something simple. And by the time you get through 3 menus, 5 holds, and a robot that keeps saying, "I didn't catch that," you're ready to burn civilization down. You start the call like, "Hi, how are you?" and end it yelling, "I'll find where you live," over a late delivery. That's what we've become, polite on the surface, one inconvenience away from losing our minds. The best part is, we pretend it's not happening. We act like we're calm, composed adults. You'll be in a grocery store, stuck behind someone paying with coins, and your inner voice is screaming, "How are you still alive?" But your face, just smiling politely, holding a loaf of bread like it's your emotional support animal. We're all rage volcanoes pretending to be polite, walking around hoping nobody bumps into the wrong button. And it's not like the rage ever goes anywhere. It just builds. Every time you swallow it, every time you say, it's fine, when it's definitely not fine, it stacks up inside you until one day you snap over something stupid. You'll be looking for your car keys, can't find them, and suddenly you're yelling at the air like you're in a war film. The rage doesn't come from the keys, it comes from every little irritation you've collected for months, all bursting out because your brain's like, we've reached capacity, boss. We think we're angry at the world, but really, we're just angry at being human. Angry that everything requires effort, patience, and compromise. Angry that people exist with their own rhythms that don't match ours. Angry that life refuses to organize itself around our preferences. We want everything to flow perfectly, smoothly, easily, and when it doesn't, we feel betrayed. Like the universe owes us punctual traffic lights and fast-loading apps. It's wild how fragile our patience has become. The internet made us worse. You wait 2 seconds for a video to load, and suddenly you're like, this is unlivable. 2 seconds! Our ancestors had to walk through jungles and fight bears, and we lose our minds because Netflix buffered for half a heartbeat. We've built comfort so perfectly that we can't even handle mild inconvenience. We're soft, emotionally spoiled by technology. Even our communication has become another battlefield of frustration. You text someone, they don't reply immediately, and your brain goes straight to panic. What did I do? Are they mad? Did I say something wrong? We used to wait weeks for letters. Now if someone takes longer than 10 minutes, we're drafting emotional essays about abandonment. We've lost the ability to chill. And the funny part is, we think it's everyone else's fault. Everyone's always the problem. The slow driver, the loud neighbor, the person taking too long at the ATM, we build a villain out of every stranger that inconveniences us. Meanwhile, we're doing the same things to someone else. You're the slow walker to somebody. You're the one holding up the line. We all think we're the only sane person surrounded by idiots, but to everyone else, we're the idiot. It's a full circle of mutual hatred disguised as self-righteousness. We've turned everyday life into a competition of who can be least inconvenienced. Everything is a battle for control. The coffee wasn't hot enough? Rage. The elevator stopped on every floor? Rage. Someone took too long to merge? Rage. It's not even about the actual thing anymore. It's about the audacity of anything not going our way. We've forgotten that the world isn't designed around us, and when we're reminded, it feels offensive. And yet, we all pretend we're calm, spiritual, mindful people. Everyone's meditating, drinking green juice, doing yoga, posting quotes about gratitude, then losing their temper at the barista for getting the milk wrong. We're all pretending to be enlightened while internally seething. It's like our bodies are temples, but the priests are furious. Even the smallest sound can destroy your peace. Someone typing too loud, tapping their foot, sniffing suddenly, you're one sniff away from homicide. And you try to rationalize it, it's just a sound, relax, but your brain's like, no, this is war. We've developed a kind of emotional allergy to other people. Just existing near them feels irritating. And when you think about it, the reason we're so angry is because we have nowhere to put all the emotion life throws at us. We have to keep it bottled up to survive. You can't scream in a meeting, can't punch a wall in public, can't cry at the grocery store. So the pressure builds, and it leaks out in these absurd, petty ways, yelling at screens, muttering insults under your breath, slamming drawers just hard enough to feel something. That's the modern release valve, not therapy, passive aggression. But even though it's miserable, there's something weirdly comforting about it, because everyone's going through it. You're not the only one losing it over an unskippable ad. Everyone's on the edge, pretending to be fine. We're all quietly losing our minds in synchrony, in traffic, in checkout lines, in Wi-Fi dead zones, and somehow that shared madness connects us. We're all equally absurd. We hate each other's habits, we curse strangers in our cars, we sigh loudly in public to express disapproval, and yet we all do it. It's the one thing we share now, frustration. We may not have the same politics, beliefs, or dreams, but we all hate the same things: slow internet, bad drivers, and people who talk too loud in quiet places. Maybe that's what unity looks like in our time collective irritation. And maybe that's the trick to laugh at it instead of pretending we're above it. Because no matter how calm you think you are, life will find a way to test you. The universe is basically one big practical joke with terrible timing. And at the end of the day, all we can do is breathe, shake our heads, and admit that, yeah, we're all just angry little creatures trying to look normal while waiting for the next thing to piss us off.